steady your hands, I'd get it quicker.
Anyone like to keep score? You scorekeeper?
I think we're supposed to,
Test 1, 2, 3. Testing. Okay, good.
Testing. Testing 1, 2. Jim Shovak here, USBA Secretary. We got Eric Hughes, the player shooting now, who's the yellow ball. He's playing Dale Saunders, who is the white ball. And you are watching 3-cushion billiards, which is a game has only 3 balls on the table. One player has the white ball as their cue ball. The other player has the yellow ball as their cue ball. The red ball is a neutral ball, and you have to strike both of the other balls with your cue ball. If you were to do that without striking any rails whatsoever, that is a game called straight rail billiards. We are playing 3-cushion, which means before you hit your last intended target, you have to also have contacted 3 cushions. It is a very difficult game. Dale has just hit this pretty good, a little short. Very difficult game, but very satisfying when you play well and execute properly. This game will help you to learn angles and will help you to understand the differences in your Englishes, your draw and follow, controlling the cue ball basically, and also controlling your object ball. In pool, you have to control your object ball to pocket it, but the good news about pool is when you pocket the first ball, it's in the pocket and out of the way, whereas in this game, your first ball, as you just saw right there, your first object ball, after you hit it, it's still in play and sometimes gets in the way of your shot. So you have to learn to manipulate that first ball to keep it out of the shot, and sometimes even put it into an area of the table that might be beneficial for you on a follow-up shot or position play, which pool players understand. Position play, generally speaking, in pool, you don't really have to make your cue ball travel a large distance. As a matter of fact, it's ideal if you can just keep it from moving at all, right into a stop shot or something like that with a cue ball, and just keep it in from moving. In this game, you have to keep your cue ball continuously moving around the table, sometimes 5, 6, 7, 8 rails or more, sometimes to make a shot sometimes. The easiest shot would be a shot like this, where if Dale were to play off the red ball, which I don't know if he's going to do, but if he were to play off the red ball, and then he could go 1, 2, 3 rails out of the bottom right-hand corner and strike the yellow ball, would give him a point. But he's choosing this option, and he had to hit an extremely thin hit, and he missed it completely. So every time you strike the other 2 balls and contacted 3 rails before your last ball, you get 1 point. In this particular tournament, we're playing 20-point matches. First player to 20 points wins the match. And this is a USBA regional qualifier. The top 4 finishers here will qualify into the USBA National Championship, which is being held next month, February 17th, 21st, in Tacoma, Washington at the Elks Lodge. And the best players of the country will be there playing against each other for the national championship. And who just sat in next to me is Professor Cue Ball, Paul Frankel. Just sat down next to me and has a pen in his hand, and apparently has things on his mind. Let's listen to Paul.
How are you, Jim?
I'm okay, especially since I just had a nice game.
I know you're doing well. Did you tell everyone you ran a 9?
Oh no, well yesterday I had that 9 run, but aside from that, the rest of the game wasn't the greatest. So it was like hot and cold. But I just had a nice 14-inning game, which unfortunately we didn't get on tape. But I was very pleased, obviously.
I can't tell you how happy I am and excited that, we're doing this here, Ustream at the Pendennis Club. There are so many people to thank, and I just want to mention that a few names just to throw out there: Stanley Lombardo, James Barnett, Dennis Diekman, Bob Watson. So, donating to help this event, and we just appreciate it so much, not just myself, but all the players. And thank you for everyone else that's watching and playing. It's just a wonderful thing. The game of 3 cushion. This event was dedicated to Dr. Tom Zimmerman, who passed away recently. He was a billiard player and a member to the Pendennis Club. So we dedicated this to Dr. Tom Zimmerman. And Jim, did you mention anything about the semifinals, that we were going to be doing 1 round tonight?
Yeah, I didn't get to that, but basically we have 24 players, and we divided them all into 4 groups of 6 players each, round robin. Everybody plays each other once, so that's 5 matches per player in each round, each group. And we are putting 10 players into the finals, which is a lot. So we're going to have top 2 from each group, plus the 2 best 3rd place finishers will make the finals. And out of those 10 players, in order to save time, we will have 2 groups of 5 players each. And the 2 players that win those final 2 groups in the semifinals will play 1 final match against each other to determine the champion of the tournament and the 2nd place finisher of the tournament. Then the 2 2nd place finishers in each of those 2 semifinal groups will play each other to determine 3rd and 4th place, and so on and so on. And the top 4 finishers, which means that the 2 people that finish 1st and 2nd in their semifinal flights, will qualify into the USBA Nationals next month.
All right, so I see Eric Hughes playing, and who is he playing? Dale Saunders.
Dale Saunders, yeah. And, let me explain also that all of us players over here, we are playing on equipment that we are not accustomed to. I believe that 2 of these tables are Breton tables, and one of them is an Old Brunswick. I don't know if that one's heated or not. I know that the other 2 are the Bretons. Kind of unusual. I'm not used to it, but I felt heat in the middles of the table, but by the rails on the bed, by the rails on the bed, it's cold. So it's kind of, I'm just not used to that. I don't know if it's good or bad, or I'm not saying anything. Yes, it is brand new cloth, Simonis cloth, which the Pendennis Club put on here, and Simonis also gave the Pendennis Club a very, very, very nice, generous discount as well on the cloth because it is a USBA regional qualifier, and Simonis is the official cloth sponsor of the USBA, and they help us, and we try our best to get more people to play the game and use their cloth, and that's what we're trying to do. We're working together.
Let's see what he does here, Jim. Eric's thinking, what's the best shot to play?
And I will tell you one thing about this commentating. We are not in an enclosed booth, so we're wide open here. So our volume, as we're talking, we're trying to keep it down so the players don't hear us. So so if you think maybe I'm talking not as animated as I'm usually a lot more animated when I talk. I could talk loud and I can make a lot of crazy noises and suggestions and a lot of jokes and things like that. But we're also trying to keep our voices down. So we have the volume is good from what I know on the Ustream, but outside we're in front of these microphones, but we're actually talking low, trying to keep our voices down. No. I'm just explaining, though, that the way we're talking, I could tell by my tone of voice, this is a pretty good shot. Oh. The way I'm talking, I'm trying to make sure I don't talk too loud is what I'm saying. Otherwise, I would be talking like this and very animated. Yes. Yeah. I'm not concerned about the volume. I'm saying, but our tone of voice is.
Get back to the game.
Okay, I was just trying to explain. But Paul doesn't want to hear it, so. That was Paul's way of saying, shut up, Jim.
There you go.
Me and Paul, very good friends. We talk constantly on the phone about the USBA and billiards. So it's constant.
These are difficult shots when you have a ball in one corner diagonally into the other. They're not easy to perform there.
Yeah, this is a very, very, very difficult shot. There's two. Dale's going to play. I know what he's going to play. He's going to play 2 rails first to the red, but I will tell you right now that he has 2 better choices. One would be off the right side of the red ball and cross table back and forth, and the other one would be off the yellow ball, rail first, I meant, to the yellow ball and around the table twice. And here's the reason. He made the hit, and he made a good hit, don't get me wrong. But the angle that was going in and the cue ball buried in the corner like that, the yellow ball buried in the corner, made that shot very, very low percentage, even if he makes the hit.
Well, it was a good safety, though.
But, oh yeah, sure. Now, you have to remember something. When you are on the table and you know people are watching and you got the live stream on, this includes myself and many other players, we don't always choose the right shot or the obvious shot, or we don't even see them sometimes because we got so many other things in our mind. So do not take that. That is not... I'm giving my personal opinion. I am not a professional billiard player, so I am wrong sometimes.
A lot of times.
A lot of times. Yeah, thanks, Paul. I'm sure I would pick an obvious shot on the table and say this is definitely the right shot. And I'm sure if Blumdahl was here, he'd probably every once in a while say, "No way, Jose." And I'd be, "What are you talking about?" And he'd be like, "Oh, you don't see the obvious kiss after 6 rails?" And I'll say, "No." And he'll say, "Okay, that's why you average what you average." One thing about Blumdahl, I don't know him very well, but I did spend an hour on the phone with him last week. And, sometimes he's super, super friendly, and sometimes he is like he doesn't even want to talk to anybody. But I will say one thing. He's very direct. He's a very direct person. He just says it the way it is, and that's it. Is this going to touch? Oh, my. That was very close to a point. And look at this shot, Paul. Another beauty.
Is he the yellow or the white?
I think he's the what? Wait a minute. I don't know. I can't tell.
Because you've been talking so much, you don't know.
I know. I'm talking about everything except the game. The problem is if I talk about the game, then people are like, stop calling the shots.
Anyway, if he is yellow, he'll probably play around the table.
He's white.
No, he's white.
Oh, boy.
Tough shot. 10 feet away.
No matter what, he's got a tough shot.
Jim usually makes this shot.
Yeah, this is a hanger. Well, I'll tell you one thing. The position he left is no picnic either. This is a nice return volley. The best shot here is, well, again, I don't know what the best shot is, but He's on the rail. That doesn't help. So he might be better off playing off the white ball with some reverse English and come up and down. Was probably his best option here. Oh, look at this. He almost made it. Wait a minute. Did he make it? No. Oh, man, I thought he had it. I tell you, this game will drive you nuts sometimes. The conditions of the tables, a lot of them are heated nowadays. This table is heated. This table, when cleaned properly, is playing extra long, super long, which is, it's good, but it's difficult too. It's very sensitive sometimes. I don't know how it's playing now. It looks like it's playing pretty reasonably. And Dale is playing what looks like to me like to be a safety shot. And so it looks like right now there's a lot of safety going on. And I noticed Gary Eakey just sat in next to me and is not Paul Frankel after all. Hello, Gary. He doesn't want to?
I just want to listen to
Okay. All right. Chat with myself.
the learning experience.
Learning. I won't learn much from me here. Looks like Eric is doing some kind of reverse English shot. There you go. Okay. He wasn't that far off. He just had needed to get his cue ball further up. So he needed more follow. Or maybe a little less speed to keep it. A little less speed would have allowed it to continue further upward. As I'm saying upward because looking at the table through the screen, that's kind of going away is kind of up, going further up down the table. All right. This is a decent hit. Oh, I thought that was good. I thought it was good right away. Then after I saw it hit the third rail, I said, oh, it looks a little short. But as it was rolling toward the ball, I said, oh, he's got it. But no. Now I'm looking at a monitor, which is similar to what you're looking at on the Ustream, whatever they call it, the Ustream page, whatever you're viewing. Right, and if you notice, if you look at the rails, and you look at the diamonds that are on the rails, those dots, if you just by looking at it with your naked eye, if you look at the distance between the diamonds, you'll notice they're further apart on the bottom, and as you start going up, it looks like they start getting closer and closer together. So that's obviously an optical illusion. So some of these shots that we're looking at, we're not getting a true indication of the paths of the balls and where the balls are actually positioned on the table. For instance, that yellow ball, okay, from here it looks like about 1.5 diamonds in from the left long rail. That's what it looks like on the camera. But maybe if I went up and looked at the table, it might be very close to the first diamond or the second diamond. I'm not sure. This looks like a cross-table shot. Got to make sure he doesn't kiss, which he didn't. And he crotched the corner. We call that a crotch shot when you hit almost dead corner and just the ball sometimes does something unusual. Don't always know what's going to happen. Sometimes it'll just hug the rail. Sometimes it'll come out at a strange angle that you didn't think was possible. So avoid the crotch. Always avoid the crotch. That's my billiard advice. The crotch shot. Crotch shot. Let me clarify. What's the score? What, you guys got the score up there, right? Okay. The score is up there, so I don't have to tell you the score. Okay. I did yesterday. One time I did have to tell you the score because the scorekeeper fell asleep. I'm making a joke. He didn't fall asleep, but he was lazy, not paying attention. Okay, so Dale is going to play a 3-cushion bank shot right here. Looks like it's coming in close to the 30 track. That's what he hit. And, ooh, whoa. It looked like a sure make as soon as he hit that first ball. And again, it could be an optical illusion. Maybe the distance between those balls was a lot further apart than I thought. But they looked pretty close on the screen. But he hit that ball very well. So probably on that shot, he needed to come in with a little bit more speed so it could bounce off that first ball and get to the second ball. Bounce off it. That's the only thing I could say. Pop off of it. Eric here, I'm not sure what he's doing. I really don't know what he's doing. He's playing an unknown shot to me. Oh, he was trying, okay. Okay, I was trying that. Okay, so in order to make that shot, he would have had to, did he make the corner? He hit the long rail, second rail was the long rail? Okay, so he needed to come into that corner with a lot of speed to get it short enough to make that shot. Very difficult shot. Now Dale is, I'm thinking, going to play 1, 2, 3, 4 rails or more, come in short and back into the red. But that's the problem. You have to beat the kiss. And if you cannot beat that kiss, or you don't think you can beat that kiss, then play something else. Or find a way to beat the kiss. That's your only 2 options. Okay, Eric, I think, is going to play a cross-table shot. White ball first, and then direct. And you see, he just missed that corner. He hit the short rail first. It was close to a crotch shot. And if he had hit the long rail first at the speed he used, it probably would have probably would have just hugged that rail coming back up and hit the red ball. And of course, I'm probably talking to a bunch of billiard players, so everybody's saying, yeah, we know, Jim. And if I'm not, then that's why I'm saying it. It's not good. Not good. Yeah, right. I played 450 last night. What? Oh, you did? Yeah, I did have a good game. So far, ain't over yet. I should have had that 10. I was disappointed. Oh, okay. It's on the archive online. But he has the first 5 points cut out, I think. He missed the first 5. But he says he taped it, so he's gonna put that on like in a week or so. So it'll all be there. So good, I want to see the rep. I saw the last few points. That was cool. Yeah. Okay, Dale is gonna play. This is a natural. Just got to control that yellow ball from getting in the way. So better off hitting it thinner and use draw if necessary. But see what I mean? Oh, well, he did okay. He did okay. Oh, man. And he went too long. Makes this game really hard. You have to control that first ball, keep it out of the shot, which he did very well. However, the necessity of hitting it that full caused him to hit his cue ball too long for the shot. So then you have to learn how to compensate. Maybe a little higher ball or something like that could have shortened it up a little bit. And that is called a short angle. And those are the bread and butter shots in this game. I advise everybody to work on your short angles and master them, because they will improve your average dramatically. And they will help you on other shots as well. Shots like that, believe it or not. Shots like that. If you master the short angles, then when you have the longer rest of the table shots, you already know how to get there through a short angle shot. So now it's just a matter of estimating your speed and controlling of the first ball, first object ball, and all of a sudden the other shots become easier too. Okay, this shot is a shot that it's not a simple hit, but if he hits the ball thin, he's got a very big target going to the white. But he hit it full, which is fine, and he made it. That's great. He hit it full and it followed through, and he got the angle to make the point, which was great. But I think on that shot it wasn't necessary. I think he could have hit it just nice and thin, and he wouldn't have any problem. But he made it, so maybe he knows that shot better than I. If it stays flat, he has it, and he hit that great. And for those of you who don't know the game, that was called a reverse English, or a double the rail shot they call it, but that was with reverse English. So he used, from where his vantage point is, he used left-hand English a little bit, and he hit the long rail, short rail, and then it went the opposite way from what you thought it might go. Came back to the rail. This is a short angle, and the angle isn't bad. I just don't know if he hit it. Nope. That has happened many times when I work on shots like that, short angle shots. It's best to hit them soft, and once you get the speed down, you start understanding where your cue ball is going to go to make those points. But the problem is sometimes it's just not enough distance. You hit it nice and soft and you just don't reach it. You might hit it dead on, but it doesn't reach, so you have to make an adjustment, because now you got to hit it with more speed. But if you do that, you're going to change the angle of your cue ball to the shot, so you have to know how to adjust to that. Which could be a thinner ball, or it could be a one tip less of English, things like that. And Dale's going to play another bank shot to the yellow. 1, 2, 3 to the yellow. And now he hit it full in the face almost, and that's why it followed through. Well, the score is 7-4 in favor of Eric Hughes. And Eric will play another. Nope. I thought he was going to play a cross table shot again. Just got to watch out for kiss here. If he hits it thin and hard, there's no kiss. He didn't. He hit it fuller. He did avoid the kiss. But by hitting it fuller like that with whatever English he was using, it didn't walk the table, so to speak. It just stayed up. Didn't get to that white ball. Now these are the shots that need to be made in this game. You can't miss these shots. You have to control your first object ball, and this is the problem. I think what happened was Dale didn't trust himself coming in short or direct to the red ball, 3 rails. So he played it from the back. He wanted to get it long, which in some situations is valid. In that situation, it wasn't, because he put his object ball back into the path of the kiss. And then he got kissed out of a shot that is not supposed to be missed. Eric scores again. I think Eric is starting to get a little feel here now. He's starting to play a little bit more aggressive. I don't know if he's going off the outside or the inside. I think he's going off the outside. Yes. And kiss. Yeah, one of the problems on those shots, if you go outside the ball and you are opting for a fuller hit at the angle he had, when you go for a fuller hit to play those outside, with less English, the problem is you have more of a chance of your first object ball coming back into the path and causing a kiss. So you have to learn how to play those shots with thinner ball and more English sometimes to avoid the kiss. Eric has a bank shot here, but he's not going to play it. He'll spin it a little bit if necessary around the red, but he's not going to play it. Well, he made a valiant effort, though. It was a tough leave. Me, I love the bank, so if I see the 2 balls close together and I have a path to it, I'm itching to do it. Unless there's an easier option. But Eric made a nice effort on that. Well, this could be played either way, off the outside or inside. I think he's going for the outside. This is not a bad hit. Let's see if he got it. Yes, he did. Good shot, Dale. And it's been a while since Dale put a point on the board. So I'll bet he's happy. Just play the right shot. Just play the right shot. And that's all you can do. Just play the right shot. Dale is playing a similar shot. And again, this is not a bad hit at all. You're kidding. Wow. Whew. I thought it was gold. And don't be ashamed of yourself, Dale. Made a good hit. All right, this is a short angle shot that Eric is choosing to use speed on, and successfully. Yes. Oh, the tour schedule? Apparently we have a request from Bob Watson, billiard shot. The request, I think, has to do, I think he said something about the tour schedule for 2010. The answer to that question is there is no schedule right now. We are working on what we're going to do this year for the tour, how we're going to arrange it, how we're going to set it up, with monies, all that stuff, where we're going to have them. We're not even talking to the rooms yet. We have to come up with a plan. And I would talk about it now, but I'm not, because we're in the planning stage now. So as soon as we know anything, I will be emailing everybody about it and letting everybody know about it. So as soon as I know, you will know. That's always the way it is. If there's nothing up there, I either don't know about it, or I haven't had the time to tell you about it. But I try my best to get the information to you as soon as I can. One of the problems I do have is putting stuff up on the website and things like that. I don't mind doing it. I actually enjoy doing it, but it, depending on what it is, can be very time-consuming. So sometimes I just don't have the time to do it, or at least right away. But it gets up there eventually. Oh, okay. Well, I could. What's going on? Okay. If you want to bring it over, sure. Oh yeah. I'll give you. We'll give you a tournament update in a minute. Paul Frankel's going to go get the sheets, so we know what's going on. USBA membership. If you want to become a USBA member, there are some benefits to becoming a member. Obviously, if you become a member, you are helping to support the game of three-cushion billiards and the USBA, and that is the USBA's purpose, is to promote and support this game. So obviously, the more members we have and the more support we have, the more things we can do, such as this live streaming, which was not paid for by the USBA, but you know, it came from support from individuals. And that's really all that the USBA is. The USBA is all of you that are members. That's what we are. Now, of course, there's a few of us, you know, of elite people, you know, in the USA that, you know, are special, of course, you know. But you know, look, we're just a bunch of billiard players, and we're just trying to do what we think is best for the USBA, for three-cushion billiards, and for the billiard players, and sometimes we're right and sometimes we're wrong. But everybody, even the ones I disagree with on things, everybody has the best of intentions in mind, and that's what we always have to remember. If some, you know, and every once in a while, I'm sure there could be a person that doesn't have the best. You know, maybe they only have their own interests in mind, and that happens, I'm sure. But it's not like we're making any money doing it, so you don't have to worry about that as a goal anytime soon. But USBA members receive If you're a brand new member, never been a member before, AccuStats will give you a free 3-cushion DVD. That's about a $25 or $30 value right there. Also, if you sign up online, Karam TV will provide you a free video on demand as well if you're a brand new member. Look at this shot. Ooh. If you are not a brand new member, then you can still get an AccuStats DVD, buy one, get one free. So you could save some money there. And you could also help out AccuStats as well. We're all in this together. And there's a whole bunch of other things. So you get a free subscription to Professor Q-Ball magazine, which has the USBA newsletter in it. If you are a USBA member and you have an email address, then we will just email you the newsletter portion. However, if you want the actual Professor Q-Ball delivered to your house, we will still do that. Just let us know. And there are other things. We are working on a deal with Simonis and possibly, I'm going to say possibly, Aramith. Nothing set yet. But we are working on getting discounts for USBA members on Simonis cloth and also possibly Aramith balls. And also for rooms. If rooms become a USBA room member, which we don't have worked out yet, then we are going to try to get discounts on both Simonis cloth and Aramith balls, assuming. That's all I'm going to say. Huh? I don't know. Steve, is this mic live? I have Steve Anderson in the booth with me. Steve Anderson just got elected as a Mid-America Region Director, and he'll be taking office March 1st. Right now, we don't really care what he says, but he's here. How do you like that introduction, Steve?
That was very pleasant of you, Jim. I just wanted to say you spoke for 5 minutes. I don't remember you taking a breath.
That's my style.
Can you show me how you do that?
Just keep smoking. Works wonders. I am one of those people that don't like the dead air, but of course, a lot of times when I do commentary, I get a lot of requests for dead air.
Well,
please give me some dead air.
must be just a coincidence.
I don't know what it is.
So how are you in your matches? Are you undefeated so far?
Yes, undefeated so far. I had 2 highlights so far this game. I just played a 14-inning match.
Ooh.
I didn't know high runs, just 4, 3, 2, 2, 3, like that. And
well, congratulations.
I was very happy with that. And of course, I got a 9-run. And the 9-run, I think I only averaged 600 that game, which is amazing. That's how bad I played the rest of the game. And then I won a match yesterday, averaging like 450 or something. So that's like kind of my billiard life. Consistent. I'm very consistent.
Well, congratulations. It sounds like you're hitting them good. I think the tables are playing very well.
Yes, I like them so far. I had my best game on that table that everybody warned me about, the one with the thudding on the Brunswick, right? The old Brunswick?
Yes.
Yeah. There's some spots on the rail that it'll make a thud and maybe lose a little energy from the ball, but I had my best game on that table. It's kind of ironic. Very, very ironic. This might make.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Well played, and position. Yes. So, Steve, so tell me about some of the things you do as far as.
It's kind of personal, isn't it? Oh, you mean regarding billiards?
Yes, regarding billiards, regarding what do you have in mind for the future of the USBA and its members and live streaming or whatever it is that your hot buttons are.
Well, I think the live streaming is something that looks like is really going to work out for us, and I think it's going to garner a lot of new members. So I'm really excited about that. The thing that I'm really wanting to help work on is a USBA league system, and I think that, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, Jim, that part of pool's success today is based on their league system, and they get Joe Sixpack and perhaps his wife, and they join a league and they have a good time, have a couple brewskis at the bar, enjoy themselves, and get to go to Vegas and play with the big boys. And I think this is something that the USBA definitely has to jump on. And unbeknownst to some people, we have a task force working on that very thing.
And with Dennis Diekman, duly elected, you can bet we will have plenty of task force out there.
Well, good.
The secret police, almost, of the USBA.
Well, I think the USBA is a great organization. However, I think we haven't tapped into the grassroots members like we should have. And they have a lot of good ideas. And I think we need to tap into that, those ideas. And and this league thing is one example of hopefully something that will be promising for the USBA and for people interested in three cushion altogether.
I agree, Steve. It would be nice to have a league set up. I know Carom Cafe has a nice league going there, a weekly thing. They play at teams all the time, and they have their own unique little systems that they use for that. They pick the one player based on who the other team wants to put up, and they choose the player that they want to put. And everybody's handicapped, and they said, "Oh, I'm going to go. I think this guy can beat him." And that's the way they do it. And everybody might not like that. That's just what they decided to do, and so they've been doing that for a while, and they're having fun over there. I have not joined the league over there. The only reason I don't is simply because it's every single week on a certain night, and that's, for me, is something I can't commit to because it's not close to my house. Yeah. It's a good hour away if there's no traffic.
There is something confining about having to commit to something every week.
Correct.
I certainly understand that. But if it can be organized in such a way and flexible in such a way, we'll see how this task force. We'll see how this task force.
Well, I'm just
comes
talking about me, Steve. Though I mean, I live far away from the place, but a lot of the local players don't have a problem. They're almost always there, and if someone doesn't show up, they have teams of, let's say, 5 players, so it's not a big deal.
Indeed.
Yeah, so that's a good idea. But me personally, I guess I feel that if I wanted to play in a league, I would want it to be more of an individual thing as opposed to a team thing. Because I'm not a team player. You know that. You understand. That's what everybody says.
Well, I've always found you to be a team player, just so long everybody agrees with you.
Yes, right. Yeah, then why would you say that? One of the problems that we've had for a long time in three cushion is, as Steve said, a lot of people have ideas, and I've been there 3 years, a little more than 3 years, and people are always sending me their ideas, and then when I say, okay, are you going to help with this? Do you want to organize it? No, I want you to do it. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, I said, I'm sorry, but I have right now on my plate 318 things to do. So I don't know, 319. I might get to it in the year, 2040. That's the problem. So the ideas are there, and but I'm still open. We're all open here to hearing more ideas. Maybe
Indeed.
we could find a better way of doing something. That's great. But it's not usually a shortage of ideas that's the problem. It's the shortage of people that are willing to grab the bull by the horn, so to speak, and do something. They want somebody else to do it all the time. And if you got, a group of 100 people and they all want to be the boss and make everybody else do the work, and you just want to be the delegator, if they're all like that, then nothing gets done. But if we had a whole bunch of Paul Frankels, I have to say, and this is a testament to Paul Frankel, if we had a whole bunch of Paul Frankels in the USBA, you would get probably too much done, and everybody be fighting with each other and say, no, you're just doing it wrong. You got to do it this way. We'd have a different kind of problem, but we would get so much done. We'd probably have 20,000 members by now if everybody was a Paul Frankel.
Well, since we're being candid, I think one of the things we may want to consider is I think that the directors of the USBA in general have been overly cautious, and I've said this many times. We always remember the mistakes on decisions that we made. We don't remember the mistakes because we didn't make a decision. A lot of mistakes are made because nobody decides, either through fear, either through monetary, constraints, and if this sport is going to flourish again like it used to, we have to be willing to make some mistakes. And I just feel there are some board members that just absolutely don't want to make mistakes. And I just don't. Maybe it's my billiard game. I'm so used to making mistakes that I've become oblivious to it.
It seems normal. It's like, what do you mean we have to make a mistake? I understand your point. I do agree with Steve as far as that is concerned. We need to not be afraid to try things. We have to be able to try things. There's always going to be considerations, though. Obviously, what Steve was bringing up, if we had, just like we were discussing the live streaming of the Nationals, we were talking about something, potentially that was going to cost the USBA $2,000. Now, $2,000 in and of itself may not, it's not like $1 million, but to the USBA, it's a lot of money at this point. So I'm not going to get into details, but the bottom line is it's something that we have to think about a little bit. Doesn't mean we have to wait 6 months to think about it, but we got to think about it. And we got to make the right decision.
Indeed.
But I do understand Steve's point. You still got to be bold, and you got to be like, hey, let's do this, and let's try this, and how about this idea? Let's give it a try, see what happens. And if it's no good, fine. As long as we're not, affecting the USBA members in a really bad way or anything like that, we need to get the ideas out and try things and be willing to fail.
And one way to do that is with pilot programs. Just because you want to try something doesn't mean it has to be throughout the entire USBA.
That's true.
You can run some pilot programs in, the Southwest or whatever you deem to want to try. And once, a test has been made and it seems to be successful, then you can take that and, extend it.
I agree 100%, and I'm gonna, Steve. I don't know if you've gotten the chance to look at any other things we've been talking about in the past with the board. Did you read about I'm not going to get into details right now on this thing, but did you read about the idea me and Paul had for the shot contest?
Of course.
Okay. Now, Steve knows about that. Again, this was a thing that we talked about, and we did exactly that. We approved a pilot program for the thing. It wouldn't make sense, and this makes sense to you and me and others on the board. Okay, it wouldn't make sense for us to attempt something so large and so grandiose, and we don't even know what's going to happen. So we might as well do a small thing. So we are starting to do those things, and I have to say, almost every member of the present board, not the incoming board, every member of the present board was pretty much behind that. So I'm happy about that. But we do have a new incoming board in about another month and a half, and it's going to be exciting because we got some interesting personalities this time. I love it. No, it's just exciting. It really is.
Yes.
I'm very excited about it. It should be a lot of fun, you know. And I'm sure we'll be yelling and screaming at each other. But you know what? I don't care in a way. I mean, I get angry sometimes, even with board members. I believe it or not, I do. Okay, but it lasts for like 10 minutes, just like
that's like me.
yeah, and then just like a billiard match. You know, I hate you if you beat me. I hate you for 10 minutes, and then I love you again.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm
So.
the same way.
No big deal. We
Yeah.
just can't be taking things personally. I didn't do anything yet. Let me give you an update of what's going on. Okay, in Group A, we have Tom Rossman is 3-1. Ed Friedman is 3-1. And let's see, Danny Kolash is 4-0. So you got those three guys. They played 4 matches each, and then you got 1-3, 1-3, and 0-4. Okay, so that's it. As far as Group A, you have Danny Kolaz is 4-0, so he is likely. He's probably locked, but I don't know that. If he could have a terrible game, and you could end up with 3 people 4-1. But we are taking the top 2 third-place finishes from all the groups too. So most likely, you got Tom Rossman is 3-1, Ed Friedman is 3-1, and Danny Kolash is 4-0. So those 3, we have definitely 2 are going in, and one of them might also go in. Okay, or might get shut out depending on how they do in their last game. But we'll see. In the B group, let's see what we got. We have Brian Half from Chicago, 3-0, and Bill Johnson is also 3-0. So those 2 people are, well, they got 5 matches, so that's not over yet, but they're looking good. And what we got? Tyler Thompson is 1-2, and Dale Saunders is 1-2. So Eric Hughes is 1-2. So there's a outside possibility of somebody else getting in there. But it looks like in that group you got Bill Johnson and Brian Half. In the C group, we have Gary Scharf from Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's Steve Anderson's buddy. Gary Scharf, it looks like he's playing well. It's 3-0. And who else we got? Jonathan Anderson. I don't know if he's local. He's somewhere here, right? I'm not worried.
Oh, I thought yeah, I'm not sure exactly where he's from. I want to say it's Cincinnati, but don't quote me on that one.
I don't really know. So we got a lot of players from a lot of different Ohio and Maryland. Who knows where everybody's from here. So we got Gary Scharf 3-0. Jonathan Anderson is 2-1. Max Fisher. It says, he's 2-1. Steve, is that you? You're 1-2. You have an 18 and a 19 point, 2 losses, 18 and 19.
Is this when the harassment starts?
Yeah, we're
okay.
picking. Let's pick on Steve
Okay,
Anderson.
all right, that's
no,
good.
I'm commenting that you have 2 heartbreaking losses though, 18 and 19. And I saw that game last night when you played Jonathan Anderson, and he actually pulled that out. That was. I was really surprised about that. I think you had him at like 18-14 at one point, or 17-14, and I thought you were going to win that game.
So did I.
Yeah, I know you did. Both of you guys, I was watching. Both of you guys were leaving each other spit. I mean, both of you. It was just back and forth and back and forth, and I was like, oh my God. So this is going to take a while, folks. But all right, so Steve Anderson is 1-2, so you still have a shot. You just got to win your matches. Max Fisher is 2-1. Jonathan Anderson is 2-1, and Gary Scharf is looking very good at 3-0 right now. But everybody's got 2 matches left to play, so 2 matches. You don't know.
World of difference.
You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, in D group, that's my flight. I'm 3-0, and what else? 3-0, and how's everybody else doing? James Stoner is 2-1, so he's looking good. But you also got Greg Warren at 2-1 too, so also 2-1. So those two fighting it out for second place at this point. Bernie Capinos is 1-2, and Chris O'Brien is 1-2, and Jack Leitzinger is 0-3 at this point. So we still got some billiards left in the preliminaries. So a lot of things are up for grabs. And that's pretty much it. And where are we now? We're playing.
Well,
no, on the schedule we have right now. Dale Saunders is playing Eric Hughes. All right. Are those 2 guys on the table? Okay, all those matches are. We are in the middle of our 3rd round for the day. Each round is 3 matches, so we're in the middle of the 3rd round. So schedule-wise, what time is it now? It is 1 o'clock. So if all 3 of these matches finish by 1:30, which is possible, we would be perfectly on schedule.
Often.
No.
Oh, one thing that
We
Paul
started on time. That comes in handy. Starting on time.
One thing that Paul Frankel wanted you to do, if you may, is there seems to be some confusion about the score board. Can you just the scoring board, the scoreboard? He feels that there's some confusion with that. You and I are used to it. We've operated it, but he feels some people are very confused as to what that means. Can you just take a couple
You want me to
minutes?
describe the scoreboard? I want to explain the scoreboard? Okay. On the inset on your screen, you can see the score. Okay? On the left is the score of the player who has the white ball, and on the right is the player who has the yellow ball. So right now, if you look at the screen, it says what, 14-11?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then in the middle, you'll see a 41. That means that they are on their 41st inning. That's all we wanted to know. So that shows you the innings. Everybody, unfortunately, keeps the scoreboard a little differently. I like to put up the inning when the person is about to break. I put up a 1 already, meaning we're on the first inning. And then every time that that breaking player, it's their turn, and they start taking a step into the table, I put an inning up again just to show that we are starting the next inning. So it always looks like when you're looking at the scoreboard, if you're a player, that you're averaging less than you really are, because the inning's always up before you even start. I just do that so I don't forget the inning. It just gets out of the way and out of my sight and mind quick. But some of the players are doing it after the inning. So, but either way, it's
Well,
plus or minus 1 inning. So
I hate to leave you now, but I haven't had enough coffee this morning to wake me up,
I
so I'm
understand
going to
that.
take a coffee break, and it's always good sharing the mic with you, and I wish you luck in your matches, and I'm sure you'll do real well. I have my nemesis, my friend Gary Scharf. We're playing our next match.
Okay.
Hopefully we can get it on the TV table so I could just have everyone see me thrash him bad. Take care, everyone.
Okay, Steve. See you along. Good luck in the tournament.
Oh, thanks.
Play
I
well.
need it.
Win your matches. Wow, he missed by a hair. Okay, we got a 14-11 game here, 20-point matches. And the next game on the table, I will find out for you. Yes, I'm hoping that that will be the next match. Hopefully it will be Gary Scharf and Steve Anderson. I'm going to find out now. Be right back.
continue to work already?
Already? Haven't done anything yet.
Thanks for being honest.
Luchoff and Fisher, please. Table 1, string case.
Means a lot to me.
I shot it.